Hi everyone, this is the 20th video of the ACT Math Practice Problem series, and here we have a simple problem based on the concept of fraction and percentage. As I always recommend, before seeing the solution, try to pause the video and try to solve it yourself, and after that of course you want to match with my solution. So let's get started. So here the question says that Andy reads 30% of a book on Friday. So Andy started reading a book on Friday, right? So he read 30% of the book on Friday, and then on Saturday he read 2/5 of the book, and then he had another 45 pages to read through, and he did that on Sunday. So Sunday he read 45 pages, Saturday he read 2/5 of the book, and Friday he read 30% of the book. Now the question is how many pages we have in the book, total number of pages, right? And if you look at the answer options, you can clearly see we really cannot make a very good guess. We know that of course the number of pages would be more than 45. Now how much more? Whether it's going to be 60 or 90 or 120 or 150 or 180, it's kind of difficult to make a guess here, right? So let's try to solve the problem then. Now here the unknown is the total number of pages. So let's assume that the total number of pages in the book is equal to x. Let's assume that we have x number of pages in the book. Because he read 30% of the book on Friday, so 30% of x would be like this. And that would be equal to, what is 30%? Well, 30% is actually 30 over 100. Percent is always like this. Percent means 30%. 30 per 100, meaning 30 divided by 100, which is 30 over 100. That is 30%. And of can always be interpreted as a multiplication. You can always assume like a multiplication sign, whether it's an x or a dot, whatever you want to do, but that's a multiplication. So that would be 30% of, I'm putting a multiplication sign, of x, and that is equal to 30 times x over 100. And if we even reduce it a little further, it would be 3 times x over 10, because if you divide the numerator and the denominator by 10, that's going to give us 3 over 10, and we have multiplied by x, so that is 3 times x over 10. So that is the number of pages that Andy read on Friday. And how about Saturday? Well, Saturday he read 2/5 of the book. So 2/5 of, let me use a different color, so 2/5 of x that he read on Saturday. So 2/5 of x would be equal to 2/5 times x. So that would be 2 times x over 5. And then he also had another 45 pages to read on Sunday to complete the book, right? So if we add all three pieces here, I'm going to show you the pieces. The first piece is like this, which is the 3 times x over 10. That is one piece, and the other portion is 2 times x over 5, and the third portion was 45 pages, right? So the third portion would be 45 pages. So if we add all these three portions, that would give us the entire book, right? So then we can say that, okay, 3 times x over 10 plus 2 times x over 5 plus 45, that will be equal to our complete book, which is x number of pages. And from here, let's try to solve for x. So we can say, okay, let's bring all the x terms to one side. So I'm keeping x and then negative 3 times x over 10 and another negative 2 times x over 5 on one side, and then on the other side we're going to keep the 45. So essentially what I did, I brought the 3 times x over 10 to the right hand side, and also I brought 2 times x over 5 to the right hand side, and I kept 45 on the left hand side, and then I simply swapped the sides, right? If a equals b, then definitely b equals a. That's the algebraic rule that I'm using here, right? So from here, if we solve for x, then what do we get? Well, then we can take x as a common factor out of here. So if we take x as a common factor out, then we are left with 1 minus 3 over 10 and minus 2 over 5, and that is equal to 45. And if we simplify it a little further, it would be x times, so let's take an LCM here. LCM would be 10. So that would be 1 times 10, that is 10, minus 3 and minus 5 2s are 10 and 2 2s are 4, so that is 4, like that. And all of that is equal to 45. And from here, what do we get? Well, from here, we can say, okay, this is 10 minus 3 minus 4, that is 10 minus 7, that is 3. So x times 3 over 10 is equal to 45. And from here, we can say, okay, then x must be equal to 45 multiplied by 10 over 3, that is 3 15s are 45, so that would be 15 times 10, that is 150. So this 3 would go 15 times here into 45, so that is 15 times 10, that is 150. And that is our answer, 150 pages in the book. right? So now let's find out which one is the correct answer option. So if we look at our answer options, we have 150 under option J. So I'm going to highlight option J as our correct answer option. I hope everything made sense. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.